What's up guys, AviddGeek here. Today we're going to play a little bit of King's Quest. It's not a remake, it's not a remaster of anything, it's actually kind of a reimagining, at least that's what I'm hearing it being called. So, I don't know if it changes a lot of the lore, I'm assuming it doesn't, it keeps a lot of it intact, but kind of just adds stuff to it, do you know what I mean? I guess reimagining really is the only thing, a reworking of it, but they're not rewriting what's already been done. Maybe some just additions. That's the best way I can explain it. But we're gonna go and get started here. So this game is the Odyssey feature. Yep, of course, everything does nowadays. It's kind of weird that it has to still tell you that. It's been quite some time. So anyways, here we are. I'm assuming this is King Graham's room. You can see the castle here on the side, chest. There's that magic mirror. This should be a lot of fun. Let's take a look at the settings. Sure, that works, that works. We just lower that a little bit. Texture quality, yep, that looks good. Controls, I'm playing with the controller. I am playing this on PC, but I'm playing it, using my 360 controller. Alright, let's go and get started. So we have 5 chapters here. These are coming soon. That is one of the things. These are actually, I guess it's similar to like a Telltale game. It's an action adventure game, more on the adventure side of things. But these are sold in chapters, so you can buy the whole thing all at once, but you won't get the whole game. It's going to be as it's being released. You'll get the other chapters included within that one price, or you can pay and buy each chapter individually. So I've opted to buy just the first chapter to see how I like it, to see if I really enjoy it or not. And then from there, at that point on, if I like it, I can buy the additional chapters. So let's go and get started. Let's begin. Okay, so we have X for the bag here, which brings me to the mirror. Okay. Man, this is a really nice looking game. I mean, I've heard a lot about this game as far as the looks of it, but it really is nice looking. Let's get a good look at Graham here. And there's some thorns back here. So this is a really young Graham, right? And the art style is not, I don't want to say it's cel shaded, but it kind of has that look a little bit, but with the thinner lines. It doesn't have really thick lines that you normally see with the anime games. This cape flow is really nice. Very nice. Alright, let's get to it, Graham. So me, I played the King's Quest games a long time ago. I played the original one, the part 1 through 5 and 6. I've even played the Mask of Eternity, which wasn't that good. But they were a lot of fun. Those games were a whole lot of fun. So I grew up on these games with Sierra. I played like Quest for Glory, Space Quest, all that kind of stuff. So this should be a very interesting game. Can I go over here? So it's just kind of neat to see how they're adapting that type of gameplay to a modern era. No one wants to do a type interface anymore. All right, let's go ahead. Can we go down there now? Down the well. So this is from, actually, King's Quest 1, I believe, right?
I have not been back there in years, but it was the last place left to look.
Ooh, look at all that treasure.
Those lost wishes weren't the treasure I was after.
But it sure looks nice. You would think Graham would want to pick up a couple of coins. Just taking a look at his walk cycle and the water. See how that looks. There's not a lot of reaction with him in the water. But from what my understanding is, like the water splashes, they're not your average water splashes. See the way they look? They look more animated. Kind of like animated by hand, not a... How would I put it? It's like the computer kind of trying to figure out the splash and all, like a pre-done sequence in a sense. I don't know how to put it. They just look animated. Look like someone drew them. They're very nice. Obviously, we would go here. Nice little bell at the door.
It was not exactly as I remembered it, but it wasn't all that different either.
Man, look at that. This makes me really wish I had a 1080p monitor. Because this looks really nice. The way the water flows and everything, it just looks beautiful actually. I mean the droplets, oh my goodness, the droplets look good. I think the droplets so far are my favorite part. Let's see here.
Odd contraptions guarded the lost treasure. I would have to turn one and see what happened.
Now, I've seen a little bit of gameplay on this, so I have an idea of what's gonna happen. But let's just do it for fun. I know this is the wrong one, and you can tell kind of like this guy here. He's dead. He is
I
dead.
decided this was no time to take a nap, even though that bed looked very squishy and very comfortable.
So we'll just go ahead and do this one. Just for funsies.
And that's what would have happened if I turned the left switch. But since I am here telling this story, you already know that I pulled the right.
Of course. Which is an interesting way of them handling the death sequences, because it's like he's telling a story, right? So anything that you do incorrectly, he's gonna refer to like, well, obviously that's what would have happened, or that's what could have happened, or might have happened, as opposed to what actually happened, because he's telling the story, so he must have been through this already, picked the right steps, done the right things, and sounds like somebody's snoring. So that's how it handles the death sequences. It's just kind of like one-offs.
Buckets, barrels, butter churns, and beds were jammed into every nook and cranny of that cave. It all seems so familiar.
Here's a bed.
Even though the bed was very comfortable, this was no time to hide under the covers.
Wait. Hold on, Grandpa. I don't remember this part of the story. Beds hanging from stalactites?
We'll get there, Gwendolyn. Don't worry. No detail in this story will be overlooked. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. As I treaded through the river of rumbling trundles, I feared I knew the source of that deafening wind.
A bridge made out of beds.
Nestled beneath a slumbering pile of teeth and claws was...
Fabled mirror.
Oh, so you remember this part of the story.
Well, dragons are my favorite.
You want to tell this part?
Yes. King Edward sent me, the greatest knight in all of Daventry, on a quest to return his stolen mirror. A gigantic, hulking beast of a dragon was the last thing in my way to... My way to add a shinier hat to my collection.
I tried to turn that crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
Huh. Okay. Let's take a look over here. Look at that. That's neat. Oh, and the colors look nice on top of that waterfall. Very nice. Is there anything here I can grab?
Volumes of old books with foreboding titles clutter the shelves of that strange bedroom. How to Tame a Dragon, Breaking the Spirit of Hideous Beasts, Amateur Spells to Impress Your Friends with. No books about recovering missing handles, though.
Okay, so nothing here. But there is this. A little Indiana Jones action
the missing
here.
handle was booby-trapped? What did you do?
Well, I used my cleverness to outsmart the trap.
Alright, so we gotta hide. We gotta hide. We gotta hide. We gotta hide.
To hide.
Oh man. He's got an arrow in one eye. So someone's attacked him before. Who?
Luckily, that half-blinded beast never noticed me in bed.
A dragon's eye must be really hard to pierce with an arrow. At archery lessons, I can barely hit a hay bale.
It is indeed a feat only for skilled archers.
So some kind of skilled archer did that, right? Someone with the ability, because apparently it's very difficult to do so. So someone has great archery ability.
Crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it.
Oh,
some
I thought he would just
silly
automatically add it on top.
conundrum.
We have to go to
What did you use to fix the broken switch?
select the item we're going to use to apply it. I should have known that playing all those other point and click games. There's some sunlight.
The dragon's chains were coiled around a gigantic switch mounted to the cave.
He wants out.
wall.
He wants out.
This cave seemed to be filled with failed adventures.
There's a sword right there, Graham. Grab the sword. Ah. So he wants out. So that thing is keeping him trapped, right? You can tell he desperately wants to get out of here.
After he briefly basked in the sun, the narcoleptic dragon went back to snoring.
I probably sleep all day too, if Amira was my only friend.